and welcome to the Point of View. My name's Callum Taylor, and as always, I'm joined by the handsome one, Fraser Doig.
Damn
This week's a packed one. We have GamesCom, we have D23, we also have our pick of the week. So we've got some out of the box news, away from those special festivals.
Even the regular news is like, some of it's pretty big and would be a topic in itself, but like you say, GamesCom and D23, it's been a lot of news flying over this last week, and boy, some of it is some fucking good shit, so fire off. We're
going to start with James Bond news. We've got a title and a synopsis, I think you said we had. James Bond, No Time to Die.
What do you think of the title?
It's a good title. I think it's hinting at a bit of. I think he's going to die at the end of this. But I like Daniel Craig as James Bond. I've always liked him, and I'm looking forward to the film. But you have more information,
especially after like the last two. Especially, I mean, Casino Royale's still a great one.
Yeah.
Quantum of Solace is a bag of shite.
Yep.
Skyfall's fucking fantastic, and Spectre has its upsides and downsides.
Yeah.
For me, Skyfall's probably the best one, but the synopsis is he's in Jamaica and he is contacted by Felix, saying there's an organisation with stuff that they shouldn't have, and he needs to come out of sort of semi-retirement to try and help it out. So, what do you think of the rumour that, with it being called No Time to Die, and obviously in the last one, Spectre, they did Blofeld again. What do you feel about the rumour that Rami Malek, who's meant to be the bad guy, is Dr. No?
I like it. Because obviously Rami Malek is just an amazing actor.
But Dr. No was the first ever Bond villain. The first ever movie is Dr. No.
Yeah.
So how would you feel if they did that again?
I'm good with it, because I feel, I believe this is true, but Daniel Craig's take on it is before all the...
It's all over the shop now.
Yeah,
it's all over the shop. Casino Royale was technically, yes, it was like a reboot of the franchise, but now it's kind of all over the shop.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good character for Daniel Craig to go up against, and it'll be good to see Rami Malek's personification of the character.
The reason why, and the rumour is also flying about, is that Christoph Waltz is confirmed to be back in it.
I loved him.
And in the original ones, the Sean Connery ones, Dr. No works for Spectre.
Yeah.
Like, he works for Blofeld as one of his scientists. So having him as a villain still keeps around Blofeld if they want to continue down this line, even when Daniel Craig is not James Bond.
Yeah, it makes complete sense, and he brings that character. Schwartz brings he's just a great actor. He always brings something to the table. To see him with Rami Malek against Daniel Craig's James Bond, I think it'd be fucking phenomenal.
The only problem I have with it, for me, is that.
Sorry, I keep moving the fucking chair.
Sorry. The only problem I have with it is that the last two Bonds that we've had, going from Skyfall, like Skyfall was Javier Bardem. It was a good villain. Yeah. It's probably a great villain. Sorry. But he still sort of was attacking Bond on an emotional level to do M and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz was Blofeld. He was the same. He was also psychological level with a family background, and Dave Bautista was the muscle. With Rami Malek being the villain again, this seems like another
attack on the emotional space.
This sort of intelligent villain, and not just like the
guy that can go toe to toe with him.
Yeah, but it's been a while since we've had a physical villain.
I know, but I think that's something that sets Bond away from most films. As the emotional and the science guys, and just him going up against brains while he's brawn, because that's what Daniel Craig's character is. He's more brawn than Sean Connery or anyone else has been. You know what I mean?
Mostly James Bond does sort of go by that.
Yeah. So he's always been this. Don't get me wrong, he's not stupid, but he's always this. He can be a heavy hitter. Plus, he gets all the ladies going up against a guy who's intelligent.
Well, do you think they're going to Bourne Supremacy this? So, in the Bourne movies, in the first one, Identity meets that lassie.
Yeah.
And ends up running away with her.
Yeah.
And then in Bourne Supremacy, she dies in the first 10 minutes. Do you think they're going to Bourne Supremacy the lassie that he leaves the James Bond moniker behind? You know, when he can either choose to go against both or go with her, and he goes with her. Do you think she's going to be like, he's sulking in Jamaica because he's lost her, or do you think she's going to be there and then...
Or like walks into the hotel room and she's like dead?
Yeah, like she just gets thingied right away?
I can see it. Like, I feel like that's something they would do, but I would like them to just, him be like, she's like, no, you need to stay, and he's like, no, this is something I need to do, and he leaves, and there's nothing wrong with her, so it gives that hint that he's going back to her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it leaves that door open, so he just retires.
I would like that to be different, instead of just have her die and then he turns into another womanizer who chats up every lassie kicking about.
James Bond being married and settled in just doesn't sound right.
How do you feel about the lassie from Captain Marvel, who's apparently taken over, like who is 007 while he's not 007 anymore until he comes back? How do you feel like, is she just going to be his sidekick for the rest of the movie, or do you see her kicking around?
I see her being a sidekick. I see her being this main character. Oh, this is 007 we have. This is the person who's took her place, and then he's going to go in and kind of brush over her, if you know what I mean. Like, he's just like, oh, well, I'm in charge, so I'm the real 007, which could come with a lot of backlash in this day and age. But it's just how James Bond works. Or he's going to, this last is deed, and then him and the other 007 end up together. We
know it'd be a good concept, and they might do it. What happens if he never gets the 007 moniker back?
Makes sense.
So he goes after Rami Malek, but she's technically still 007, but he goes after it anyway as like this weird James Bond rogue agent.
Yeah, I could see that, and I'd like that.
It all depends on the reason why he's going after her, because if it's connected to Blofeld, it's going to be interesting, especially because this is the last one, but I'm definitely excited for it, because I love the James Bond movies.
Before we move on, I think it would suck if his only reason to go find James is because the new 007 has been captured or killed. And I feel like that'd be a kind of washover for that character.
Yeah, especially because they've obviously put out that she is 007, but it's to take it out. Yeah, if she was just, again, like, just taken out the first 20 minutes, I wouldn't like it at all, no.
Moving on to a bit of sad Marvel news. Spider-Man has officially been pulled from the MCU.
Yes.
From the Sony... No, to say pulled is wrong, okay?
Like the deal has ended.
5 films. You have 5 films and then they discuss it again. There's so many things going about. One, it's about money. One, it's about what Kevin Feige produce. But at the end of the day, it's happened. He's not there. Tom Holland has said he's staying on in Spider-Man. He said the movies are going to get bigger and better still. Which,
I mean, he's got to do the good press. He's got to put on the smile faces.
But he's doing it with Kevin Feige. Like, he's with Kevin Feige when he's doing it, so it seems kind of weird.
He's been told, though. There's no way he's not told. I mean, it sucks, but, I mean...
We're still going to...
Do you think they're still going to be as good? Like, because obviously, as soon as this happened, everybody was like, look at Sony's previous work.
Yeah.
But, say they get the guys who did the Spider-Verse to do it.
Well, this is the thing, and it was more recently this came out. The director of Spider-Man... The two, or the writer or director, one of them, that done Homecoming, Far From Home, he's rumoured to still be on books for it. He's still meant to be.
I've heard that Disney want him as well now, though.
I know, but that's the thing. I think Disney will end up being like, oh, let's keep that good. Let's keep Spider-Man good. So when it comes around and have talks again, say it doesn't make £1 billion, Sony's like, oh, we're missing money here. Let's go back to Disney and see. You know what I mean?
It's hard to think that I doubt. Obviously, Disney are smart and would go with the business decisions. Yeah. But as sad as it sounds, it's the truth. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is so mass now that he's not. I wouldn't say he's not needed, but it's gonna like
on a financial point of view. Disney are like okay, they'll hate losing Spider-Man, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make them lose money.
Halfway through Phase 4, like we're Shang-Chi deep. Like we've passed Eternals, we've passed Black Widow, we've seen a couple of the stuff on Disney Plus. Like, you even gonna notice?
No, because right now there is no plan for Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong, I'll be like, oh, I really want to see what happens. And it annoys me when Kevin Feige came and goes, the next one was Peter focus, Peter only, Spider-Man only. There's no Iron Man, there's no...
He says that now.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. The only thing I do not want out of this is I do not want them to shove... I do not want Sony to shove Spider-Man and Venom 2 just because they've gone back now.
Yeah,
and I have a feeling that they'll do it because it's Sony, and Sony like to bloat their films to the extreme.
I think it'll be an end credit scene. I really feel they're going to be like, oh, here's Tom. Because
they obviously going by Amazing Spider-Man 2, they love to put 7 billion subplots in one movie instead of focusing on something else. And now they've got the rights completely back. I feel like they're going to be like, right, let's shove them in Venom.
Yeah. Also, partial bad news. Remember last week we were talking about the live action Spider-Man shows?
Yes.
They're not happening. They're not happening because Sony getting back the Marvel film rights to Spider-Man. Marvel will get back the TV rights. So we won't get Spider-Verse signed. Like they had two animations, 3 live.
Well, they should at least get the writers of Spider-Verse to come and do something with the movies.
Yeah.
At least Sony needs to be smart with this in some way, shape or form, especially because, yes, whatever Spider-Man is after this is going to make a lot of money because folk are going to be like, oh, what the heck there? It's more like they're going to be like, is it good now he's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? But it's might make a lot of money, but will it be good? That's the main question. Is that soon as it might be like Venom. Venom made a shit ton of money, but critically and a lot of fans like it, but like critically it was quite panned.
Yeah. The sad part is it's not a bad film, but it's not what people expect from it, and it could be that way for Spider-Man because this is Spider-Man focus. There won't be an Iron Man. He won't have the Iron Spider suit.
No.
He won't have the new Spider-Man suit that he made in Homecoming.
No.
You know what I mean? There's so many. It's just it could end. This is sad, but it could end up in a Tobey Maguire looking suit, which kind of it makes no sense. People are like, why has he got these suits when he had all these?
Do you think everybody else is going to? Obviously, Happy ain't going to be there for obvious reasons, but like Aunt May will be there. MJ.
Yeah, they'll all be there. Like everyone that's his friend will be there.
Think so?
They have to. Marvel has no rights over that.
You know what's going to be very strange?
Yes.
Is if this is still carrying on this story of Tom Holland, the fact that he's going to be going up against these people and they're not allowed to reference any fight that he's had before is going to be very strange.
Because I can't wait till the Daily Bugle and it's no J.K. Simmons for a start.
That'll suck.
Also, I can't wait for him to be revealed to everyone because then it just cuts Sony's 2 films in half. They don't have to waste them telling them who he is because Sony like to do that.
But this isn't isn't a Sony bash because at the end of the day, like Disney have they know they had that deal.
Yeah.
It's like you say, the money is some. I've heard some things where they wanted a 50-50. I've heard some things where Disney wanted more, Sony wanted more. It's definitely a strange situation, and like Kevin Feige has come out and been like, we made 5 good movies. We knew this deal was going to end at some point.
Yeah.
So, as bad as it is, I'm gonna just see what happens next, and if I get super sad, I can just go back and watch one of the old ones.
Yeah. But that is what it is.
It is what it is. We knew this deal was going to end eventually.
Moving on to some more good news. We're getting Matrix 4.
Is it good news?
Yeah. Well, Keanu Reeves. People are saying they think it's going to be a prequel though. But
because they're in it.
Yeah, because Keanu Reeves in it, and I can't remember the female.
The last that plays Trinity. Yeah, let's just go with that.
Yeah. They think that it's going to be those two because obviously Trinity dies.
So does Neo.
So
he self-sacrifices himself.
Yeah, but it goes away. They actually see him die.
He dies.
You don't know.
He goes into the system or whatever it is.
But there's a thing, because Lawrence Fishburne hasn't signed on.
Mm-hmm.
People think that it's going to be those two going back because they're hiring a young character for Lawrence Fishburne's role. They think that they're going back to try and do something or prevent it or some. I don't know where they're going to go with it.
Are you worried that it's only one Wachowski is doing it?
Yeah.
Only one Wachowski's doing it.
Yeah.
Not two. The other one, and it's not like Bad Blood. The other one's just busy apparently.
Yeah. I'd like to see them both throw themselves into it, but at the end of the day...
Do you think it's too late?
Yeah. Definitely. Like, if this was like a soft reboot of it all, like say it is a prequel and it sets up another 3 films, I get it.
I'm interested that Keanu Reeves is back on because he's at that point where he can just do what he wants.
He needs his beard back. Because I've seen him in Bill and Ted photos, it just looks weird now without a beard. So Neo with a beard and long hair.
There's going to be a lot of kung fu in it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, it's something it's made for. And
do you think you need to depower him as well?
Yeah.
Because he was obviously OP in the 1 by the end of it, so
yeah.
It's strange. To be honest, like, as long as it's not called Matrix Rebooted, and a lot of things, like, we knew this was going to come eventually. It's been like hinted at for a long time.
Yeah, and then the minute Keanu came back out with John Wick, people were like, "Oh, fucking Matrix! You can do the Matrix again." But he was never one to be like, "Aye, cool, I'll do it." So he's clearly had his arm twisted to be in this. I
don't know. For me, when it comes to the Matrix, they're just none of them come to the caliber of the first one.
No, it's not. That was always part of the cliche, though. That sequels never do as good as the first. So what's the fourth going to do? It's a worry there, and it's worried. It doesn't worry me, but I'm quite glad because graphics have got better.
That's true.
There's a lot of times where the graphics are kind of okay, but I'm hopeful for it.
It's going to be strange with no Agent Smith.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's like, whatever happened to him at the end of those movies, he got like dematerialized because Neo's Jesus or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
The first Matrix is the best Matrix.
Yes. I hope the Dreadlocks guys are back.
The twins?
Yeah.
They blow up. They're not in the third one, they blow up.
They're all computers. Doesn't matter. It's all digital, baby. All digital.
It's a good point.
Moving on. Last bit of normal news, because this is a thing we've been doing really every week.
Well, whenever the news comes out.
Yeah, well, every time this comes up we talk about it. But they have revealed that we've got our Sonya Blade and our Kano, which Jessica McNamee is playing Sonya Blade, and I don't know her well enough.
These actors I don't know at all.
She was in the Meg, and we've seen the Meg, and I still don't know who it is.
At the end of the day, as long as clearly it's a young Sonya Blade, it's going to be interesting to see who we get as Johnny, but young Sonya Blade, and the guy who's playing Kano is Australian.
Yeah.
So,
Josh
win-win.
Wilson. Yeah, it's
he's Australian.
You know what I mean?
My worry is that obviously every time they announce someone for casting of this Mortal Kombat film, and we've been constantly on the back of it, like, we're going to keep being like this with it because we feel we're going to be consistent. Yeah. When this eventually comes out and it sucks, if it sucks, it's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, it's going to suck. Like, say that, yeah, we give you fatalities, and then we see it and we're like, this.
It's just, obviously the hype of the building up to the characters. This is the beginning for us of like speculating of who would be who when they first announced this, and then talking about when the characters do get announced and who's playing them. So for all this build up for us, if it sucks, it's gonna hurt.
Now, that's the last of that news. But to tie in to GamesCom, this is a nice wee segue into it.
Mm-hmm.
They released at GamesCom a DLC pack for Mortal Kombat.
Are we just diving straight into GamesCom here?
Will we dive in? I wanted a segue.
You just wanted a segue?
I just wanted a segue, mate. But you don't have a segue, we can talk about...
Well, I wanted to ask you how you felt about GamesCom in general. Like the stuff that because we're not going to talk about everything at GamesCom. We've just picked a couple of things that we have that interest us a lot. I mean, there was some things announced, like couple of games that I'll fire off that were not, like Kerbal Space Program 2 was announced, Endless Space 2, Little Nightmares 2.
A lot of 2s.
Yeah, we've got like
more Blue Witch stuff, Control stuff.
Yeah.
Just more gameplay, especially with Dragon Ball Kakarot. We've got kind of it's just a preview of what's to happen, and like this father-son journey, try to pull on those daddy vibes. But anyway,
there was a lot of like strategy games.
Yes.
We got gameplay for I can't remember the name of it, but it's that gangster one that's like XCOM.
Empire of the Sun?
Yes.
Or Sin.
Empire of the Sun, yeah. It's the one that, like, obviously when we didn't realise it was like XCOM and that tactical, I was like, a gangster game. Now, obviously, I can't play those games at all. I was
out for it. That's the worst part.
It does interest me because it's gangsters, but do I have the patience to play a tactical game knowing that I'd probably fail miserably?
Just give us another Mafia type game. You know, not 3, 2, 1 and 2.
Like, if this game comes out, if Empire of the Sun comes out in a time where nothing is out, I might try it.
Yeah,
like, because you know how we've got this gap now that we've had for a while until Borderlands.
Yeah.
There's been not really anything. There's been little bits, but nothing that's like super excited us. I've got, like, in what we've done lately, I've played a couple of stuff like that, but nothing that's like high level that we've got at the end of the year. So we'll say there's a gap next year and Empire of the Sun drops in like this gap. Whatever, Empire of the Sun.
Somebody's going to go like, oh, Empire of the Sun.
Right, that's fair. And it drops in that gap.
Yeah.
Like, would you get it?
Yeah, why not? I don't see it being like a £40-50 game.
It probably is. It looks quite extensive.
Really? Well, maybe.
It's more just, do you have the patience? Do you have the skill to do tactic games? Because I've never played those ones, but it does. The fact that they showed like you can build up your characters and sets and everything like that, it does interest me. But if it comes out in a month where it's something else I want, I ain't sacrificing it for something like that.
Say you get any game that comes out, say during November, for example, that game will die because of the games that are in it.
It's not the fact that it'll die, it's more, you obviously get your loyal fans with it. It's more for casual people who don't usually try those sort of things. It won't be on the top of their list. Like, it won't be on the top of my list, but again, like I said, if it drops in another month. So you're going to tackle Gamescom here. So we're going to, there is about 6 games we're going to talk about, like, extensively. And the first one you went to mention there, sorry, cut your segue.
I love a segue.
I love Segway as well. Usually it's got 2 wheels and you stand on it and it moves forward.
You had to go there.
Yeah, I know, I had to go there.
But yeah, going on from it, right? Mortal Kombat DLC, which we like playing Mortal Kombat back and forth. You've put way too much time in it.
Yeah, because I own the game and you don't.
Yeah, but just way too much time.
When it first came out, I really enjoyed it. I still really enjoy it. The only problem I have right now is it's taken forever for the characters to come out.
That's what I was going to. Right, how do you feel, right? Because obviously it was announced that we have Nightwolf.
So Nightwolf and Shang Tsung is in it now. Sorry, Nightwolf and Shang Tsung is in it now.
We've got the Joker coming.
So first is Terminator T-800, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who looks like he does in the movie, which is clearly that's why it comes out in October. Then we've got Sindel, which comes out in November. Then we've got Joker, who is about February, and then Spawn in March. Yeah, it's such big gaps. That's like about almost when Spawn comes out in March. Like that'll be a year of the game, and like a couple of months after that.
I get why they're doing it. They want to spread it out a bit. And obviously the Terminator T-800, they're just like, we can't do that until the film comes out.
I think it's mostly because when they first announced Mortal Kombat 11, they said they were going to keep like, what's like, like when I get out, they keep following the game and putting updates. I can't remember the word I'm looking for.
Progress.
They said that they were going to do that longer than they've done with this one than they have any other Mortal Kombat. So instead of just giving you all the characters at once, if they're going to wait a while, they're basically slowly dishing them out. So it's every so often where it has got you keep coming back. And I get it, and it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, I'm like, just give me it now. Well, I bought the Ultimate version, so I've got them all for nothing. So it's mere just waiting for me, really. And when Shang-Chi came out, I tried him. Shang Tsung came out, I tried him. I've tried Nightwolf. So, I mean, when Arnold Schwarzenegger does come out, I will try it. I will. Do you think he's just got a shotgun? Like that's just how he's just going to be a guy with a shotgun? No, his playstyle will be fun. Like, they're really good at doing decent playstyles and having them different abilities. And you've seen what the fatalities are like and all the costumes, because you're going to get young Arnie probably, or like because you've got old one. You're going to have stuff like that.
We're going to get naked Arnie.
No, of course not. You might get silly Terminator 3, Arnie, with the star sunglasses. Because obviously each individual person has like certain things.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like the 3 things you can change. And I imagine the Terminator will probably be like a shotgun, his sunglasses, and something else. I can't think. No, well, maybe.
You could then just wag something with a motorbike for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if when they do the X-rays and to see the endoskeleton, I'm interested to see if they need to put that much detail in.
That would be.
I imagine if they're taking this long. Okay, well, what next?
We have this one. This one is about. I don't know how we feel about it, but it's disintegration.
This is probably the
least. This and another one is the most newest things that we had at GamesCom. The other stuff is stuff that we knew were coming out and it was just more information. But this and one other thing is the most new thing. Yeah. How do you feel about this? At first, it looked alright until like I focused on the gameplay and I found out information, and it looks like a mixture between Destiny and a tactics game. Yeah. And like we just talked about with Empire of the Sin, I don't really do tactics that much, and it just looks like you're flying in this jet, like one of those, you know, things that whenever you want to travel from place to place in Destiny. Yeah, they're hoverboard. Yeah, so it looks like you're above the air and you're just telling different members of your robot squad that which the one looks like they look like Anthem, Reject. Yeah, they do a bit like there's the big tanky one, there's the fast one, there's like a long distance one or something like that, and you basically just direct them to do things. It's from the guys who've done Halo, or one of them. The guy, and like what has been fair is they've come out and they're like, oh, there's PvP 5v5 matches, there's PvE multiplayer, and you look at it and you're like, okay, so is it everyone's floating and then there's always have 3 guys with us? Or is it, do you get to control the other? Because at first, when I first saw it, I thought that it was like an Anthem based thing where one person's in a jet, one person plays the tank, so on and so forth. But then when I saw it was like a tactical thing, it could be completely different in multiplayer. Again, this is another one for me where it depends when it comes out. Yeah, we'll have to see more information, I feel. Because if it comes out in another bloated month, it's 2020. But it ain't at the top of the list if it comes out in a bloated month. No, definitely not. That's one of those things you just have to leave behind. Moving on, we have a game which has got mixed reviews for being in the car genre. It kind of goes up and down, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Like a car. It's like a car. Need for Speed Heat, which I have to say, and I feel you feel the same way as me, is this doesn't look that bad. No. It looks like a mixture between the Most Wanted and probably the Underground franchise. Which, for me, is one of the best ones. Because I like it because it's not this whole, you're a superstar racing, but this is one of those down-to-earth street ones, and you can do your cars up, and it's very, how a racing car, it's very Fast and Furious 1 looking. You know, yeah, like I like the fact that during the day you do more legitimate races, and then at night time you go to the underground races. Makes more sense. You probably have to use different cars during the night. The police are more aggressive at night because the police are backing it. Yeah, you have to watch yourself when you could be parked up, you rev your car beside a policeman and they could just pull you over. And I remember playing Most Wanted and those police were fucking aggressive. Yeah. And it's just... That's probably the last Need for Speed I played, I think. Like, properly. Yeah. I genuinely think that was the last one I played. Random question, right? Mm-hmm. How many installments do you think Need for Speed there is? Oh, shit. Alright, okay. Off the cuff of my heat. I know, I'm throwing you under the bus here. There is at least 3 undergrounds. Uh-huh. Most Wanted. Yes. Carbon. Yes. Payback was the last one. Run. I've got a number here and I don't think you're going to get to it. I'm definitely naming some of them, because there's Need for Speed Payback, there was like Carbon, Undergrounds, Most Wanted, Run was one of them, because that was the one where you got out of your car but it was fucking shite. Yeah. I don't know, I'm going to go for 9. 24. There's 24 Need for Speeds, give me that. Look, right there, look. It is the 24th instalment Need for Speed series and will commemorate the series with a 25th anniversary. I could only name a few of them, right? Because you'll have
Ones for the PSP and...
it's even the smaller things, Game Boy, not even Game Boy, but you know what I mean, like handheld type stuff. They'll all have their small little...
Do you remember playing
of it.
Midnight Run?
I do remember Midnight Run.
That was strange, but yeah, I remember. Just because I'm thinking of Underground. There's 24 Need for Speeds.
The release date for this is meant to be the 8th of November 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is this the first I've heard about this?
I don't know.
They tend to do this though. Need for Speed tend to do this. So it's November.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know.
Ain't at the top of the list for me.
It's November as a...
Might get it in a low month, but no, November's a Star Wars Fallen Order and Death Stranding. So sorry, Need for Speed.
And like it's those two games are split for the beginning and the end of that month. So there's
sorry,
there's no
I mean, if you like racing games, cool.
Yeah.
Like good. I mean, I want it to do well. Jesus Christ,
and there's no money, no microtransactions for it. In the sense of, you can buy all your turbos, you earn everything in the game.
Before we go into, do you want to talk about the app?
Yeah, which is a really weird thing. Before it was announced when this trailer came out that there is an app where you can start creating your cars.
Which is a cool idea if there is no microtransactions.
Well, they did say
because it does make me makes me feel like a microtransaction, like that sort of app bullshit.
That you cannot believe someone they go, there's no microtransactions.
No, of course no. I don't believe shit anymore.
But how are they going to earn stuff for their car on an app? You know,
I imagine you would get stuff for free for having the app, but could you like star things and that's the first thing you unlock?
Maybe like you could set up like a shopping list, pretty much. Maybe. So it's a really cool idea to sit and design cars on your tablet, your phone.
It's like Pimp My Ride.
It's like Pimp My Ride. No, I really wish they got Exhibit for the app now. Anyway.
I used to watch a lot of car shit when I was younger. Midnight Run, Pimp My Ride.
Like 10 years later you find out it was all total bullshit.
Was it?
Oh aye. Like Exhibit, like half the cars they brought in, they chucked them away. See, you saw an episode where a car was so bad they got a new car in.
Mm-hmm.
They just did that all the time, but they just made it look like they did it once in a while.
Did you just ruin Pimp My Ride?
I did just ruin Pimp My.
Next year you tell me that Cribs was fake.
Jesus Christ, I would do that. I enjoy Cribs. Anyway, that
was a weird tangent.
Yeah.
What's next in GamesCom, which has got nothing to do with the MTV show Pimp My Ride or Cribs?
What is that? We have, from the mind of Kojima...
Are we going to go Death Stranding?
I think we should go Death Stranding, then to...
Cool, I've always wanted to talk about Norman Reedus' piss. It's going to come up whether we don't talk about it or not.
Kojima was at GamesCom, and he come out...
This was like the piece de resistance of... the GamesCom.
This was the thing that was like, oh my god, GamesCom.
Because the guy who was doing the live stream was in Death Stranding.
I know, like wow.
And he was really excited about it. So, do you want to talk about the cutscenes or do you want to talk about the... Because the cutscenes weren't too much. There was a Guillermo del Toro one where he was uploading stuff to one of the babies.
Yes.
Or if he wasn't calling it a baby or whatever it was. And then the other one was I don't know who the actress is, but she was like birthing smoke babies really from the other side.
Let's do Guillermo del Toro first, because we at least know.
I feel like I just covered it already. Really.
Well, it was just powering the baby.
That's it, and then talking a load of shit.
Yeah, but it's a hologram.
Yeah,
it's not real.
But so he's called right. But there you go. You just covered it again. I feel like we should focus more on the gameplay.
Yeah. Also, that girl was called Mama.
Okay. Well,
Margaret Qualley.
So she, like, was birthing babies from the other side and then holding them. It looked like she was breastfeeding, but I don't think she was. I think she was just cradling it to make it settle down. It looked like that, but I do not think it was.
Norman Reedus' character, Sam Porter Bridges, was just... He was freaking out about it, and then blah blah, she explained it.
I imagine he's going to freak out at a lot of things.
Yeah, like I can see as a Norman Reedus...
Or at least I'm going to freak out at normal things, because he'll be like, yes, upload babies, and I'll be like, sure, upload babies.
Let's talk about the bit where Sam is asleep. Like
we're going with the gameplay.
We're going with the gameplay, because the other two bit, you're right, they're just so small. And
there was just more cutscenes.
How did you feel about that bit? Or should we describe it first?
So the gameplay is he's sleeping, and you wake him up, and he needs to go deliver something. Well, no, sorry, before he delivers something, he takes a piss.
Yeah,
And it shows how much he releases, and if you try and turn the camera to have a look at his deck, he shifts. And Kojima said he had to program that in because he knew folk would do it.
But he didn't have to piss.
And they also say that the piss can be used in puzzles and is a weapon.
Which is a Kojima trait, which I've come to realise that in every game Kojima's worked on, there is a peeing mechanic. Which is weird, but it's just a Kojima thing.
But it's a weapon.
Yeah. That, I don't understand, maybe peeing a cup or something, I don't know.
Chuck it at someone's face. I don't understand how it's a weapon. Maybe he was referring to his dick. No, he wasn't referring to...
Only you would do that.
What? It's, you know...
Maybe Troy Baker's character is standing at him, right?
Is allergic to piss.
Maybe. You know, he's leaning down on him, he's taking the piss at his Sam.
At this point, it would probably be believable.
Yeah.
So then he goes up the hill, and it cuts a point because this game is going to be a fuck ton of walking, and they don't want to show that in a demo. Yeah. Then he pulls out a big ladder.
Big ladder, which he leaves.
He does. He must have more than one big ladder, and then he goes in to speak to the guy who was, and then delivers something.
Before we get to that, before we start, how do you feel about like the fact that Kojima's shit is all over this game? Like he's signed for his business. Like that building he goes in for that guy, it's just got Kojima written on it.
Why not? Did you not put your sale in a game if you made it? Yeah,
but I don't know, is that the big company that people are using? But anyway, it's not.
Just to refer you back to something, right?
I know he just took a piss.
No.
And a mushroom came out, right?
But what I'm saying is that having his name Kojima on a building is minute.
I know, it's minute.
Compared to piss mushrooms.
It's a detail that is annoying me.
Is it? Compared to piss mushrooms?
Well,
he walks past it. Walks right past it.
What's the point of mushrooms?
Do you maybe you get high? Maybe you eat them? Maybe they're the weapons?
Like poison something. Makes sense. But anyway, moving on.
Can we at least talk about the bit that was it meant to be funny?
No, we can talk about that guy first.
Well, you just delivered something.
Yeah, but they said while they were announcing this, they were describing that they said countless amount of people like that, millionaires and billionaires that live underground like that, who you go and meet.
Did you see the bit that it looked like it opened the map a bit?
Yeah, which I think is really cool, because I'm guessing every time you meet someone it kind of gives you a bit of the map.
I really hope that the map isn't the size of America.
I really hope it is.
No, because you walk everywhere.
No, there's a motorbike.
Maybe that's powered by piss.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so after that, this to me it's not meant to be funny, but it was funny.
Yeah, like it just.
So clearly, you can damage the bairn, or you can upset it.
Yes.
And
let's
only
say damage.
Right.
I feel like that's a bad. Yeah, Kojima, you could piss, eat mushrooms, and hurt babies. Great game.
Pretty much, man. Anyway, you can upset the bairn.
Oh my god.
By. So obviously there was ways of doing this. Someone could have came up and hit him.
Yes.
He could have, like, I don't know, a loud noise could have happened.
Yep.
But no, they decided to walk off a cliff and land on the bairn, and it got upset, and you have to shake it with a move control to make it.
Again, we can't say shake.
What do you want it to say? Shift with a bit of
yes. Jesus.
You have to move the controller up and down to make the... What? It's my fault. I didn't put the bairns in the fucking game.
Ryan's like, I can shake a baby. Anyway, moving on.
You made it worse.
I did make it worse. But anyway, I like that fact that even this small moment can make you go, oh shit, I need to take care of this baby.
I don't know.
I feel like it's going to come into play.
I feel like it's going to annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah. Which if I'm sitting beside you and you're playing this, I'm just going to nudge your pad to shake the baby.
No, it's more like because you know what? See the fact
why it's going to come into it.
Yeah, but see the fact that you need to take care of the bairn.
Yes.
It's going to make the game feel like a massive escort mission. See the fact that it gets upset and shit like that. That's going to be something else you're thinking about.
I don't think he carries the baby all the time.
I think every time
I've saw when he went to Del Toro, he puts it in that thing and he's like, oh, that's the baby settled now. He thinks it's in his mum's womb.
Yeah, because he's probably uploading shit and then he'll get given it back. I think the only way he survives being outside is with a bairn. So you're going to have the bairn with you all the time.
No, because he has to go to the other places in the other world. And he never has a baby. So I don't think we're going to have that the whole time.
I really hope not.
Yeah, because that would just be nippy.
It will be extremely nippy.
I was sitting there going, why am I playing a game that's just like my life?
It's going to be so strange. It's going to be... I don't even know if it's going to be any good.
Yeah, let's just put it there. It looks good. It seems like a good story. But will it
whatever the fucking story is.
Yeah, whatever the story's going to be. But will it be actually be good? Because like you said off the microphone, this is Kojima on his own. He has no backing. You know what I mean?
The gameplay has just been walking.
Yeah.
And occasionally hitting people and pissing.
Yeah, but don't actually know
I have
anything.
no idea. It's just so confusing and I'm just interested.
Yeah.
But damn, it could be shit.
Yeah, it really could. It
could be a niche. Some people absolutely love it. Some people can't stand it.
You could just get Kojima lovers that are like, oh, that's the greatest game ever. And
it could be boring as fuck. It could be the greatest game ever made. I don't have a fuck. It's going to sell a lot, yes. Because everybody's been like, what is this? But the fact that it might sell a lot, but is it going to be any good?
So then, for the get-go, I was like, I'm going to buy this digitally and always have it.
No.
Yeah, I just don't see me doing it now.
I just don't like doing that anyway, but no.
No, definitely not. But
because it's
Kojima and we're going to try it.
Do you want to move on to the next one? Because we could be here forever.
This, though, is without question going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Dying Light 2.
Damn right. Yep. So we got... I don't really know if this was part of GamesCom or not. Because...
They announced it a while back.
No, but they showed a 25-minute gameplay of a mission.
Yes.
And it was released to the world, as far as I can, about yesterday or a couple of days before.
Yesterday.
But I don't think it was at GamesCom, but kind of bundled it in here because, you know, it happened.
It's in the area, the time area of GamesCom.
We're in a game section, so may as well.
Looks fucking awesome.
It does look awesome, man. Like the gameplay, obviously when they first said this whole like it affects the world, we were like, oh, is it going to be like Telltale affects the world, but it was going to happen fucking anyway. But by the gameplay trailer they've showed, no, it does. Yeah. It straight up does.
It changes literally the world and impacts the fear of the zombies by 10 times.
So I didn't know if you know this. But by this gameplay trailer, it's not Crane.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think it was going to be Crane because it's set like 20 years after.
I'm not sure if they said that though ever.
No.
But you're not Crane. You're clearly not in the same place. I think there's at least a time jump from the last one.
It's 20 years. It's definitely 20 years.
Well, there is a time jump. The parkour has definitely been advanced in mechanics, 100%.
Correct myself. It is 15 years after the virus in Haran. It has infected the world and threw it into a modern dark age where the players deal with bandits, factions during the day and infected at the night.
So, okay, like I say, the parkour mechanics have been
upgraded.
100%. Combat has been slightly upgraded, but the thing different this time is you can still enhance your weapons, but you can only use them occasionally.
Yeah.
So the weapons aren't overpowered, basically. You use them normally and you get like a burst of electricity if it's an electricity or a burst of fire instead of it constantly being on fire.
How did you feel it when he's running through the world?
Mm-hmm.
And it could happen at any time, he just falls into a dark pit.
Well, see, I wanted to talk about that, because, I mean... We've got to talk about at least the mission that he gets sent on first. Right, okay. So, I mean, he's got to find a water supply and his friend gets, like, shot and he's got to chase after a van and you can choose to stay with your friend or go. And he chooses to go, the friend dies, which you can change.
Yep.
You can choose to talk to one of the van driver to get into the facility. If you threaten him or kill him, it's harder to do, so you can get in easier. You then confront the guy in there and he says you're being played and you can stick with him, or you can turn on the water. If you turn on the water, which he does in the trailer, it opens a completely brand new area of the map, but there is also an asshole type of water zombie that you've just unleashed.
Spiky zombies.
That you've just unleashed on the world you're in. Yeah. So, it does seem like every decision, even if it is like
even small, not small, turning the water's not a small thing, but it has an effect.
It's more like like that you could, if you choose to stay with your friend and don't do that and go do a different mission, then that bit of the map might never get unlocked.
Even like, see how you've got an option to convince the guy not to alarm them or threaten. Obviously, the video we saw, he threatened, and then the guy, once you were far enough away, he had warned everyone that you were there. I think once you convince him, he never does that. So you're able to just get to the captain without people being around. And I think it'll change the story.
Make your life a bit easier.
Yeah. I think it's just going to have massive effects. Even small, tiny details.
It's going to be very interesting.
And I love that aspect of, you're running and chasing someone, and the game just goes, nope, we're going to throw you down a hole.
So I don't know if that was story based in that mission, but then on the other hand, the game follows a set path. Like, obviously the developers are going to know where one of the hives or hordes are, so you purposely went there, and then that does happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think you would obviously choose a different path, so that might not happen. So yeah, it falls into a dark pit, and basically the asshole zombies are there from the first one at night time, and you have to get the fuck out. The reason he has to get the fuck out is because this protagonist is infected.
They all are. They all have them on their arms. I noticed that while I was watching.
So everyone's infected.
Everyone's infected. It's just a warning system on their arms.
No, but it looks like the guy said it in the...
See, I'm showing Fraser a picture just to look. That's the same alarm. They all have it. If they're around the infected enough, you see, even the guy that dies has it. It's a warning system. It's just because everyone's infected, but it's more of a case of, it seems like if you're around infected, you become more infected.
Right.
And it weakens you something.
So it must have got airborne at some point then. So that means the asshole zombies at night time are worse now, because not only can they kill you, you can now be infected if you stay about them too long.
The thing is, we never actually saw the asshole nighttime. That was only the one. See the asshole from the first one, the big hound that runs around.
I thought that's what jumped at him.
No, that's
was that a regular one?
It's a regular one jumping at him. So we've still not seen that.
They might be saving that.
Yeah.
They are arseholes.
Yeah, they are the worst. I still remember the first time playing that. You were like, it's fine, just play it. You're at that bit, and I turned around and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? You were like, just run.
I remember playing it with our friend Ryan, and he led me to that mission and told me everyone was going to be fine. And then it turned to 90 minutes in the story, and he told me to run. And then he told me to push a button, and that button turned out to be the turn round button. And I fucking shat myself like a little girl.
Oh my god. So many times we put ourselves...
I love my friends.
Do you remember so many times we used to put ourselves on the highest peak and just make loads of noise at night and climb up?
That's when you got overpowered. Yeah. The one thing they didn't say, the last thing we'll say about this, nothing about multiplayer.
Yeah, which I'm a bit worried about, but I feel like...
I think it's going to be in it, because Dying Light, as much as the story and that was fun, multiplayer was one of the best things about that game. Just going about, chopping zombies to bits. It's going to be very interesting if you've done things differently from me, and I go into your game and it's a completely different layout.
Yeah, like different bits of map. I'd like, say you stuck with the mission that we just saw, and I chose differently. I'd like to see what the changes are, if I'm being honest with you. Because it could be anything. You know?
Okay.
But moving on to the last bit of GamesCom. We got a 19-minute demo gameplay of Avengers.
This was the one that was technically leaked.
Yeah, I remember that,
but now it's not leaked, and it's a full, in all its glory, gameplay.
Yeah. How does it get you hyped for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that it's more or less, like, you know, when we got the trailer, and the trailer was on Avengers Day.
Yes.
And a lot of the interspirited gameplay was basically this.
Yep.
Because it's all I've seen, I like the fact of seeing all the heroes firsthand, really. This is what this was about. This was seeing the different gameplay of each hero.
Yeah.
Because nothing you saw aesthetically was new.
Yeah.
It's more just how the different heroes play. And for me, the funnest ones look like Captain America and the Hulk.
Yeah, definitely.
Thor looks pretty fun, but I've played God of War. That's why I'm not saying it's the same. It's just like it's very that similar aspect.
Yeah.
Iron Man to me looks fun, but I feel like the flying might annoy me, and Black Widow is maybe like not a downer version of Captain America. Like, she's obviously got the stealth and the invisibility, but it is still that hand-to-hand aspect. But I noticed that Captain America uses his shield a lot, which you would technically.
I'm hoping. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping to see, because in this trail, in that 19-minute gameplay, me and you both feel we were teased to another hero to come in, Miss Marvel. I really hope that they do it like that, where the story-wise plot goes through it, and you get the characters that way.
Unlock more.
Yeah, I would like to earn the characters. Like, you meet up with someone by accident, or you bump into someone.
Like the Lego games.
Yeah, I hope they do that.
I don't think so. I think you're going to have these core people, and then they're going to add
DLCs.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But they said it was all going to be free.
Which is awesome, because they could have made a lot of money. And yes, it does have microtransactions. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all cosmetic.
Which isn't... It's still not great, but it is what it is.
The issue where people go, Captain America looks stupid. Okay, well, there's a suit. Go buy it. Oh, that's the Hydra one. I do not care. I am buying that one. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be fun, and I would be lying to myself if I said I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, for damn sure.
It looks good. Who do you think looks the best to play? Because I've said mine.
Oh, I have to go with Thor. I think Thor is going to be awesome. Just throwing that hammer about, pinning somebody to a wall, and then just punching the rest out.
Here's a question before we move on. Mm-hmm. Do you think the heroes are going to be too overpowered?
Yeah, but what we saw was the prologue.
I know that, but I'm just saying...
I know you know that.
I'm just saying, like, if you're playing as the Hulk, little guys are going to be nothing.
Yeah, because watching that, we both went, they're dead. There's no way they're alive.
But it's more like, do you feel like you're ever going to, like, unless you up the difficulty real high, do you feel like there's going to be challenging bits in this?
Yeah, I do. You saw Black Widow fighting what we said looks like a Sentinel. The Hulk fighting Abomination, so he'll go toe-to-toe with him, and it'll be easy.
Okay.
Taskmaster, the big bad's AIM, which looks like they've took... Somehow AIM is in control of the world, or New York or something. I think it's that they're going to bring characters in that are toe-to-toe equals.
Okay.
Which, I don't know if Thor will be Loki's, or, I don't know, some Dark Elf or something, but I'm looking forward to see where they go with to challenge the characters.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
Sorry, I'm trying not to burp. But it's getting bought. True.
You
know what I mean? Single player is the story, side quests are multiplayer, if you choose to, which I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean?
I'm fine with that, because if the story's good, I want to be immersed. So
yeah, definitely. I
don't just want to constantly be, I can't play that because I'm waiting on my pal.
Here's the thing. How do you want to switch between? Would you want it, do a bit of story, then switch, do a bit of story, then switch, or would you like the ability to, say you're Thor, you fly into the Avengers Tower and you just simply sit down and you switch to someone else and go?
I like to think, if it's got open world aspects, I'd like for you to be able to change whenever you want.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd have to go somewhere and change instead of just like Lego. But when it comes to the missions, I like to think that it'll ask you, say you need 2 characters for the mission, it'll ask you which ones you want to use.
Yeah.
I like to think that. Or they'll all be like the prologue, where you play as each member every single time and get a different bit.
Yeah, I'm game either way.
But I think it's going to be, you have a mission and you choose. Or if it is the missions and it's in the open world, say you've got an open bit of the world and you've got 3 missions to accomplish before you do the main story.
Yeah.
And one mission you have to do as the Hulk. You have to do that one as Black Widow. You have to do that one as Captain America. Yeah. So it's making you play as the different ones in their own missions. But it's obviously not making you forget about a hero either.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it. It's Avengers. I want it. You know what I mean?
It looks good. I'd say that so that was GamesCom in general. So we're now going to move on to another thing that was also happened over the time. What time are we sitting at?
We're sitting at 53 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is going to be a long one, so we better try and bash through this.
So
it was D23.
Yeah, which is, if anyone that doesn't know, that's Disney's show. It's pretty much Disney's own Comic-Con.
And it was also a big one.
Yes, a big one this year.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to start with the tiny bits of news that we don't really care about. It's not don't care. So we've got Lady and the Tramp live action coming to Disney Plus on the 12th on the launch date. I'm going to say it now, but it's the last I'm going to say it. So the US and Canada get it on the 12th. The 19th, Australia, New Zealand, and Netherlands get it on the 12th. And it is Disney Plus is not coming to the UK until next year.
Yep.
This fucking sucks.
It does. It does. And again, it's all because of Sky and Sky's contracts with Disney. So it makes sense. It still sucks. I really wish Disney had paid out.
This sucks.
Yeah.
I will wait for it, or illegally stream it, I don't care. So yeah, Lady and the Tramp is coming on the launch date. It looks like another live action Disney movie. Hopefully,
better than Cats.
Hopefully, hopefully the kids like it. Another one is Cruella. Emma Stone.
Emma Thompson. I have no idea about this until that picture. Honestly,
it looks like they're going to try and Maleficent her, make her out to be not that bad, even though she wanted to kill and skin a bunch of puppies. Basically, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So, you want to do Marvel or Star Wars first?
Dealer's choice. You're the man with the list. You pick.
Right. Let's go Marvel first, because there is some cool stuff in here, but there's also some. All right. Cool. So we got what everybody is going to roughly look like in the Eternals.
Yes.
Any complaints?
No. I think it's really cool.
A bit generic.
Yeah.
But they're all different colours, so you're going to be able to tell. But a little bit generic.
But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you're like, wow, they just look fucking cool.
They could add more stuff to it. This is only pings, but some of them they're basically a bit generic. They're just all different colours.
Yeah, where the Eternals are kind of showy and they look different. And to be honest, the only one that really looks like he does on the comics is Richard. I can't remember his fucking name.
The guy for the Bodyguard.
Yeah, him. His suit is the only one that looks just the normal. Icarus, that's his name, Richard Madden's character. Whereas the others are kind of out there and eccentric. But I feel like they're trying to do this thing where we're gods. We're not, like, this showboating might not be part of their thing. So they're kind of, this is our suits.
Yet.
Yeah, yet. Well, that could be the suits they end up at the end with. They could just be totally weird halfway through.
Okay, so keeping on the Eternals, we've got Kit Harington.
Yes.
Is playing the Black Knight. Now,
Yeah.
I knew nothing about the Black Knight. I've only found out one thing that sounds cool as shit, where he is a hero who wields a sword that's got a curse on it, and every time the sword kills someone, it slowly drives the user of the sword more mental.
Yeah, he's one of those niche characters. Dame Whiteman, that's his name.
But he's in the Eternals, right?
Yeah, he was part of them. But he's in the film, obviously, right?
Mhm.
But I don't think he was a massive part of the comics, which is quite weird. So I think he might have just shown it once or twice. It was more of a Excalibur.
Is this do you think this is going to be a reoccurring character?
Yeah.
Especially with the caliber of actor?
Yeah. I feel this is the guy they're setting up for something else. Because he could have his own film. Because obviously...
If it does well enough.
If it does well. His abilities, I'll just shove them off. Because we did obviously Icarus and all those. We did all those.
Yeah, go for it.
His abilities are excellent swordsmanship, which was normal, hand-to-hand combat, expert horseman, which I really hope they put in the film somehow.
Space horse.
Genius physicist, strong strategist and tactician, magic senses, wields the sword of light and the shield of night.
Loving a rhyme.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, I'm sold on space horse. So
yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a Pegasus horse. He has.
Space horse.
Space horse.
Another thing I wrote out, no information, no title after it, just 2. Black Panther 2 is set to release on May 2022.
Good.
It was going to happen.
Yeah, he was saying that.
Do you think, the only thing about this, do you think it's got a name and they're not saying because it would give away stuff?
Yes.
Or do you think it's just Black Panther 2?
I don't think they're going to do just Black Panther 2.
Because the only ones, literally the only person that's had just a 2 is Iron Man. The only ones that have just had a 1, 2, 3. The rest are all called something else.
Yeah, there's no information on this whatsoever, so you're right. I do think closer to it, it's going to have a name, and we're like, oh, okay, I get that, I see that.
Because it's connecting with stuff that's not out yet.
Do you see Winter Soldier being in it? Because they obviously gave him a nickname. Oh, Jake, that's just a throwaway.
We ain't gonna figure. We ain't gonna know.
Okay.
Like this is just. They basically just went, yeah, it's coming out, which we knew anyway.
Yeah.
So moving on to the TV stuff, Wyatt Russell is playing U.S. agent in Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus series.
Yeah, which the US agent is...
So Wyatt Russell is Kurt Russell's son, and he is also in an episode of Black Mirror where he plays the guy that gets lost in the video game and all that shit happens.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm happy about this about is that I found out that US agent is basically the government's choice for Captain America. So this series looks like it's going to be... I like to think this is sort of like... It's a weird way of putting it, but it's like Rat Race. Right?
So it's like a...
So
who gets to be...
Who captures Baron Zemo first?
Right. Okay.
This is what I think this is about. This is about the two of them are at odds with each other about who'll capture Baron Zemo, and the government is sending US agent after Baron Zemo, and whoever gets him first gets the shield. Maybe Baron Zemo steals it, and it's an actual race.
It could. It'd be hilarious, I think. US agent is a good character to put up because he is literally he's just Captain America. That's a fact. He's the guy that's picked.
He does get his superpowers, right?
He's got pretty much the same abilities as Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Which for me, I think is going to be amazing. Especially if he walks in, I can't wait for Falcon and Winter Soldier to like try to plan something, and US agent walks in looking like Cap. I feel like there's going to be a bit of a, why are you here? Why are you wearing that? You know what I mean?
I don't think he's going to look exactly like Cap.
No, I know, but you know what I mean? He's coming in as, I'm the guy that wants to be or is going to be Captain America, so I feel like there's going to be that little grudge between them, which would be good. And Anthony Mackie and Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie and
Sebastian Stan.
I know it's Stan something. I think them together is hilarious. So to bring in a guy who's quite serious, I think they'll work off each other really well.
Okay, cool. Next thing, they announced 3 new shows, no dates, no nothing. They just said that they're doing them. Yep. So first one is Moon Knight.
Yes,
which
good
is
choice.
Which will be real good. Do you think they're going to go full Egyptian?
Yes.
Or do you think they're going to not like tone it down a bit?
I think they have to go with who the character is, because he's a guy with he's got mental problems. The actual man before he comes into being.
As far as I can about it, that he was killed via he got shot next to an Egyptian statue, and the Egyptian statue brought him back to life and gave him the powers of Moon Knight or whatever it is.
I can tell you the powers if you want.
I think it's fine. It's
pretty much Batman. Anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty much Batman. So he's sort of, but there is also hints about like maybe he didn't do that and he's just mental.
Yeah, like this. It's also a thing with Moon Knight. A lot of like jokes you could say in the comics that he's not really a superhero. He's just a guy who thinks he's a superhero.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Whoever it is going to look cool because Moonlight looks cool.
Oh, aye.
He looks cool. Next one they announced is She-Hulk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because one, you said this before, she has an ability to like Deadpool. She sort of
knows that she's in a comic world. Sort of.
Do you see Bruce Banner turn up in this, aka Mark Ruffalo?
Depends how they do it. It depends who it is. It depends
because
on.
The only way they can give him her abilities is how they do it in the comics, where she gets a blood transfusion from Ruffalo.
But you mean Hulk?
Well, yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
Bruce Banner,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like I hope they do it. It would be weird and it would be cool at the same time. So I don't know. I suppose there's people feeling about saying Rosario Dawson should be it.
What if because obviously Hulk's like more known in this world now because he's like cool with the kids, like in the Endgame.
Dabs.
So what happens if like it's a fan that takes his blood?
Oh, that's a good fucking twist. That's actually really. I think that'd be a nice twist in the story because what it does is it opens up the door for Bruce Banner to come in and be like, "You took my blood." Like that's them meeting up, and he's like, "You don't know what you've done."
It's the only thing I can think of. I know it's twisting her origins, but it's the only way like they could connect.
It's happened before.
And the next one is Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Now Miss Marvel's been hinted at a lot because she is a really good character, And she's going to be the one that hits with the kids. You know what I mean? A weird way to say that, but I feel like she's the character that kids will look into and be more into.
She's about Spider-Man age, right?
Yeah, she's in the teenage years, and hopefully it brings. I don't think they're going to bring Miss. Like,
it's her power stretchiness.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. But supposedly she's inhuman, though, so I don't know how they're going to do that.
They won't. Don't worry, they'll figure a way around it. Yeah. They're on the moon, and they're staying on the moon. They're never getting off that moon.
Fucking awful. But anyway,
they're never getting off that moon.
There's one bit left, and she's
never getting off that moon.
Oh my god. Maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will do it.
They got snapped and they're never coming back. The only thing I've got to say about this is with She-Hulk and Miss Marvel, they are going to do a female Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, still leading up to it.
I'm okay with it. Like, I'm 100% okay with it. Interesting who you choose as the villain, but that's a whole different kettle of fish.
I feel.
But
if they're
female.
Going to do it, if they're going to do it, they have to get rid of the men.
No, it'll just be a completely solo. They'll still be the men kicking about.
There's no sense in it. Like, I feel like the men have to be. Say it's Kang the time jumping guy, Kang the Conqueror.
What if they just steal the guys? I don't know. I feel like they're going to do a female centric Avengers movie. It's happening.
No, I'm not arguing that, but it has to make sense. Just like, hey, by the way, guys, I've got this guy, can we go fight? And the guy's like, oh, I'll come. They're like, no, you stay here.
I don't know how they would do it. It's just going to happen.
I'm not arguing with you. I think it's going to happen too. I just think it'd be really sexist to turn around and be like, no, you're not coming. You're a guy. So they have to play it properly.
I just feel like it's going to happen.
It's all about equality, Fraser. Anyway, moving on.
Always have to tone it down. Well, I mean, the last thing we'll talk about is Black Widow. Because, I mean, all we've got to say is she's White Widow.
Yeah, which was really...
I like it. It's just not very spy-ish.
It has to be a small thing.
Think so?
She can't be running down a street in a pure white suit. Because of like... Can you see that person?
Folk know it anyway.
No, but it's a prequel.
Well, yeah, it's set between Civil War and Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. I wasn't sure.
How do you feel about are you okay with Russian Captain America? Because we all know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, your love of Captain America is...
I'm okay with it. It seems like I'm getting a lot of Captain Americas. I'm getting Russian Captain America. I'm getting US Agent. I'm getting...
You know what's hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
If Russian Captain America...
becomes real Captain America.
Yes, that would be funny. But he hates Romanov because his friend, who was a genius, was beaten by Iron Man, so Russian Captain America wants to take down Widow because of Iron Man.
Who doesn't want to take down anybody because of Iron Man? Because it's always fucking Iron Man's fault.
I just feel like that's how Marvel works. So like, let's just put a villain in there.
I do think this looks good, and yeah. I mean the only thing they really showed off, there was footage that was sort of kind of leaked-ish, but you didn't see very much. No. But it was mostly just the white costume and a couple of posters.
This because I actually have faith. I like all the actors and actresses that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I still think it would give us a new Black Widow to come into the later films.
Yes, it'll be the younger lassie, who's her sister / was Paige and all that stuff, and fighting with my family.
Yeah.
Well, that was Marvel. There was a lot of decent news there. What would you say is you're most excited for Marvel-wise?
I'm still Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's still the thing.
I'm going to go with Eternals because it's a fucking movie and I'm not going to see anything else in the Disney Pissing Plus until next year.
It's fine, mate. We're all friends here.
Right, so next we're moving on to Star Wars.
Yes.
The piece de resistance of D23 before we move on to our next. It doesn't matter. Next, so we're going to go with the Clone Wars. That's simple. Another series is coming out. They're only doing one more, but if you were a massive fan of that, you're getting to see the last one.
Never watched it. Cool.
I
didn't think it'll be the last one.
Like we talked about last episode, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, 1,000,000,000% confirmed. Ewan McGregor said he was doing it. There's no is it happening? Or maybe it's definitely happening. So we're going to move on to the two big ones. First, we'll start with The Mandalorian. There was a trailer released for this. It's been such a long time waiting for a trailer, but this looks fucking excellent.
It does, and we spoke about this off microphone that it's rumoured that he will not take off his helmet. He's going to dread it, which I think is cool. I don't need to see his face. He doesn't. Obviously, he's going to talk, but I don't really mind him.
Do you get like a spaghetti western vibe from this?
Yes,
I do.
Yes, especially the bit where the boy runs, he whips him, pulls him down, and shoots him.
Well, there's a bit where he's like standing across from person and it's like fuzzed out. It's rumoured to be another Mandalorian.
Aye, I love the Mexican standoff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that looks so cool.
So apparently, the lot of the trailer is set on Tatooine.
Yeah.
So it's like a deserty cowboy vibe. Set obviously like it's got to have like that New Hope feel where a lot of it's like there's gringiness and a lot of dark alleys and the seedy underbelly.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? Like, and I'm
super excited. I cannot wait for this.
Like 10?
I guess 8.
8
I'm
episodes?
super excited. I genuinely. This is probably one of the most exciting things for Star Wars. I've like properly been really excited for a while, and I ain't gonna get to fucking see it.
I'll sort you out, bro. I'll sort you.
Sorry, I'm still a bit better.
I know you're better. I'll sort you out. Don't you worry.
Because it comes out on the 12th, which is the launch date for America of fucking Disney Plus. I'm still better.
I'll sort you out. Don't you worry. Don't get mad.
But I'm excited for this.
Yeah,
looks great. Taika Waititi is playing E11.
Yeah,
which is his robot sidekick thing. Which will be funny. Hopefully it's not like too funny where it takes away, because I do want a serious spaghetti. Maybe
no, in Western types. I'm just
Werner Herzog is playing an Imperial person. The guy that speaks to him at the end, I think he's going to be like the big bad. You've got the guy who teaches Happy Gilmore to putt. He's there.
Yeah. Here's a question, right? Do you think this will be R-rated?
No.
No,
because Disney has already said that everything on Disney Plus is PG-13. They've already said.
Deadpool's like, no. Anyway.
So it's definitely going to be an interesting one, but I am really excited for this when I eventually get to fucking see it. The big one, we got a new trailer for Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I got that. I never wrote the full thing down, but yeah. What do you think of the trailer? Apart from the first minute of the trailer is showing previous Star Wars movies.
It's just Star Wars. I feel like, this is a thing we talk about quite a lot. I feel like J.J. Abrams is just playing it safe. But I'm looking forward to it still, because it's still Star Wars, and I'm looking forward to where it goes.
Where it ends.
Sorry. But there's bits that are easy, because obviously at the end of the trailer... That's
the most talking point, really.
At the end of the trailer, we're given a dark Rey.
With a double lightsaber.
Yes, which is cool, because it flicks down the
It does look cool. But me and you have talked about this.
It's a dream sequence.
It's 100% a vision of...
If this isn't a dream sequence, and if it's not a dream sequence, it's hinting at Darth Maul's her dad.
It's a vision. No, because she's not red and spiky.
Yeah, but
she's not the same race as Darth Maul.
Star Wars world, things can just happen.
This is a vision.
Yeah.
This is 100% a vision.
Palpatine's a vision.
That I don't know. Because a poster got revealed where it has Palpatine in the background of the two of them fighting.
But that's
I'm really not sure about what Palpatine is, but the Dark Rey is 100% a vision. Yeah. Do you think that she... Because obviously you've seen in the very first trailer, they go to the Death Star, the first one.
Yeah.
Do you think if they go in it, she comes across Palpatine's Force Ghost, and he shows her what it would be like if she joined the dark side? Do you think it's just as simple as that?
It could be just that. You know what I mean? You could easily try and manipulate it, like your parent was a dark... you know what I mean? Just some bullshit. And
she looks cool. Yeah. And that lightsaber's cool as fuck.
I just feel it's too late.
It's a vision. Too late. It's a vision.
Yeah, it's too late to be like,
and I don't mean to shit on it, because I'm super excited for it. I think I'm looking forward to seeing the Knights of Ren. I'm looking forward to see new planets. I'm looking to see what Finn does. I'm cannot wait for space battles. See the bit in the trailer where like the
lightning.
The bit where like all the Imperial fleets like zoom in and there's like just rows of them in the darkness. That looks fucking awesome.
It's the bit where the camera's just looking up and you see little bits and then thunder and you just see them all. I think that's going to be so fucking
that cool. Looks cool as shit, so I'm definitely not shitting on this trailer. I just definitely, that big what the fuck moment at the end of the trailer, I think it's a straight up a vision.
Love interest,
because you've seen the lassie behind her. Yeah, I think so too.
Also, Jake, we're going to have anything to do with that wee boy at the end of the last one.
No, fuck all.
Nah.
Anything that happened in The Last Jedi is probably shuffled in the corner.
Oh my god, the character of Kylo's like, your parents are these world powerful people, and Rey's like, didn't you tell me my parents were nobody?
They're not. There's going to be it's going to be not like a cookie cutter, but it's going to be that he's keeping the trends and like giving people what they like. No change in anything.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be good. Let's just put it out there.
Well, that was D23. All in all, a lot of shit ton of news, but this podcast ain't over yet.
No.
We're going to move on to my movie choice, which was John Constantine, or just Constantine.
Yeah, 2005's Constantine, which you told me was meant to be Hellblazer, which I really would have liked.
It was meant to be Hellblazer because it came out the same year as Hellboy, and then they changed it. So, did you like it? Well, first of all, I'll tell you what the story is because you never fucking asked me. So Constantine is.
He's so angry that
I'm not angry. I'm just you never asked me, and it's the rules.
Okay. Sorry. What's the story, Fraser?
So John Constantine is a demon exorcist man. Yeah. Anyway, and a
demonologist.
Cool. And he is basically trying to buy his way into heaven by getting rid as much demons on Earth as possible, or half-breeds, because it's not really full demons, they're half-breeds. Yeah. So, did you like it, and do you think it still holds up?
Yes, it holds up, and yes, I fucking love it.
I did enjoy it as well. I think it's not the best film I've ever seen. For me, it's just middle of the road.
It's because the reason I like it so much is because it follows my niche of the supernatural. I like that type of stuff, and I like the Constantine character just in general. I like that they changed it for this film, because obviously this isn't page by page of the Constantine of like DC world. You know what I mean? This is the Constantine before it became DC, and I like that. I like Keanu Reeves in it. I like the fact that we had baby Shia LaBeouf in it.
Which I forgot he was even in this.
Yeah, and the graphics, besides hell, graphics actually hold up.
A couple of bits. Well, I mean, I can go through some points here. I mean, how did you feel about the opening in general? If you want to cover the whole bit of finding the Spear of Destiny / exorcism, the mirror fiasco.
Yeah. I liked that bit with the mirror because it kind of sets up the film for what's to come. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it from that perspective, that moment where the demon's in her and try to scream and come out and all that stuff, it resonates through the whole film, which is really well done. The spear annoyed me, right? Because how has that just been found now? And I know I'm picking holes here.
Yeah, it's been disappeared since the war, and then conveniently, apparently, so there was meant to be there was a fight between Nazis nowadays and the Mexican town, and on this it was a facility of the Nazis nowadays, and then shit hangs and a fire goes up, and these people find it, and then find that underneath the Nazis have been hiding it, but that didn't happen. So you just get the aftermath of it. Yeah. So they just find the spear, and then suddenly the guy who touches it is compelled to just fucking walk that way.
Yeah. How bad did it look when he got hit by that car?
It was quite bad. Yeah. Obviously, you could tell that it was. Does it make him indestructible?
I would think so. That is just as innate. His body just keeps going. You know what I mean? It just keeps going. There's no one way or the other. He could be dead. He's just being controlled by the stick. So we don't really know if he's immortal. Because
there's a bit that
we'll get to.
That I'll explain. I'll not explain, but there's a bit that I'll bring up later on that was well, why not just do that? Keanu Reeves and Rachel Weisz, the two main characters. How did you feel about? Obviously, I think Keanu Reeves is great in this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Rachel Weisz in this?
I was pretty poor in it.
You think so?
Yeah, there's not much for her to do.
She was a bit run of the mill. I mean, majority of the time she was not damsel in distress, just sort of didn't have a clue what was going on and just moved from one situation to another.
A lot of times she just looked spaced. You know what I mean? She's looking at the camera. There's no real emotion. oh my god, this is what's happening. Like, that's how I feel she would be talking,
Mm-hmm.
and it just took away from me, to be honest with you.
I liked the sister aspect. I thought that she did a decent performance portraying the whole, like, devastated about her sister, believing her sister wouldn't kill herself. But later on, she just sort of went from, like, there to there, then I'm there, then I'm dragged here, then this, and so on and so forth. I do agree with you at that point. I just feel like at the beginning, it sort of started great and then lost steam at the beginning. I mean, the first CG bit for me, like obviously you got the mirror bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
The bug fight. The guy is made of bugs.
That actually looked pretty decent.
It looked decent until he talked and then got hit by the... Like, once you saw him fully composed or whatever it was, that was when it sort of hanging down a bit. And then he got hit by, like, a bus. I thought, but like when he initially gets attacked, I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was one of those bits where you're like, wow, we could have just... Because when he's just the bugs, it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
When he was just standing and he's hitting the stick on the bug that screams. And it looks cool, but it's when he starts bringing in snakes and all that and they're like trying to talk from it, just looks weird.
Yeah, that was the bit where it didn't.
Why does
really
he have a hood?
Because
I don't get it. Why did he made a bug hoodie? Just sorry, I know.
It was it's fair enough. You got to talk about certain things. I mean, the whole like smoking thing with Keanu, like with Constantine and stuff like that. Is that true to the comics? Like, is that the smoke chick? Like, he's always in a trench coat and
always in a trench coat. Always smoking, swearing, gives no fucks about anybody. That's literally how he is. He just drinks all the time because he's seen hell. So there's no other way to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They changed, like I said, like the reason in the movie. Do you want me to say this bit about how he ends up being how he is?
Well, yeah, because obviously when it comes to these, we just sort of riffed back and forth.
Like how he ends up pretty much signing himself to death is because he tried to kill himself, which is somehow a mortal sin. Well,
he says the reason why he tried to kill himself is because he's seen things from a child and nobody believed him. And then when he started saying it to his parents over and over again, they sent him to shock therapy, which doesn't help.
Yes.
So he tried to take his own life, and in the Bible, like it is a sin to take your own life. So they weaved that into it where he took his own life. And he saw hell, and I love the aspect of time slows down when you after the afterlife.
I love that bit where the door's slowly shutting, and the minute she shuts it, she pulls open again.
I think that the whole, because they use that aspect quite a few times.
Yeah.
I thought that was great, and then he gets brought back out of it, and basically
it looks like he's been burning because there's just smoke constantly.
Which I feel like somebody would question. But on the other hand, it's more just like you just need to move on from it. So he now knows what hell looks like, and is basically, because he did that, even if he did the best things and did good things, he's always confined to there. So he's trying to exorcise demons
as much as he can
to save him, to basically save his soul.
Again, it's nice that they brought Keanu Reeves in it, but I would have liked to see Keanu Reeves try to do a Newcastle accent, because that's where John Constantine originally from. Is Newcastle. I can live with the fact that he's American.
Could you imagine though? I love Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
But have you ever seen the Dracula movie he's in?
Dracula.
The one with Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
And he puts on an English accent.
Yeah.
And it's fucking dreadful.
He's not one for accents.
Just let Keanu Reeves be Keanu Reeves.
No, he's not as good as me as accents.
Don't do any accents.
Okay, how did you feel about Shia LaBeouf?
I thought he was alright. I mean, I think he didn't really shine until the end.
Yeah.
But he was an alright character to be there.
Yeah.
He wasn't annoying as he could have been. This is before Crazy Shia LaBeouf. So he didn't go too method with it, where he really became a taxi driver or thought he was chasing demons for real or whatever. Crazy Shia LaBeouf does now. Forgot Tilda Swinton was in this.
Yeah, she plays Gabriel.
Which is her MO of playing these sort of gender swap characters.
Yes.
Where she's the ancient one, and she's done that whole like gender bending stuff, which I'm okay with, to be honest. I think Tilda Swinton is a fucking amazing actor. Yes. So I thought
I thought she was really good in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had that cold attitude of telling it as angel type vibe you think an angel would have.
I love that bit where when she goes. When you first see her,
and she's basically
like, "You're fucked."
Yeah,
which is great.
You can do, John. you're fucked. And it's so methodical and quiet that you're just like, wow, she doesn't care.
No.
You know what I mean?
Does that mean, obviously she was talking to the priest.
Yes.
Does that mean the priest knows she's Gabriel?
Yeah. I feel like it is, because obviously like he spoke to the priest as well. Or he was wanting to speak to the
she
priest.
spoke to the priest because he was like, she can't have a proper funeral because she committed suicide, and he was like, no, she didn't commit suicide.
Well, the thing is, the priest knew him too, because the young guy comes up and he's like, hello, Mr. Constantine, can I take
How do you
coat?
feel about, like, you find out she did commit suicide and then it was just really never...
Yeah, like no one brought it up. I know it was for plot's sake later on, but
like, how did she obviously knew about the Spear of Destiny was coming and so on and so
forth.
forth.
Constantine.
Sort of. I think that was more, I don't know, that might have been like God or angels telling her, because it wasn't really on the footage.
Makes sense.
But it just, like, once you find out she committed suicide and did do it, like, to get attention, it just sort of didn't, like...
No one brought it up.
The last...
no
like,
impact.
so obviously there's a bit in the bath where John goes to hell to see if she did commit suicide, and she comes back with her tag. So she did.
Yes.
But when Rachel's Vice goes to hell with the suicide, which she does in the bath, and then she does after, like, she clearly sees her sister. Yeah. There's not much of a reaction. She's not like super devastated or like she's obviously like, what the fuck is going on because I just come out of hell, but she's not like, oh my god, my sister's there. Like, she did really commit suicide. She comes like, out and goes,
oh, all those people, and then we never really get anything. Oh, my sister's down there.
Yeah, exactly.
She's done it. She told me.
The only time it ever really comes back is near the end where Constantine makes a sacrifice.
Also, a question: how does she get out?
Of what?
Hell.
He pulls her out.
That's not how it works. Constantine, you get out with holy water, which she has on him, but she never took holy water with her.
Oh, he resuscitated her.
Okay. No, because she sits straight up smoking.
Does he not pull her out and
he just lifts her up? So I don't know if that would.
I think he like pushes her to the brink where you start seeing it, and then you start seeing it and then pulls her out.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what it is anyway.
We'll just agree that it is that.
See how he says like water's the best way. No, it's not. That would be rough as ducks.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
But to be honest, there's nothing.
How did you feel about like Midnight and Balthazar and the priest and his little friend that makes all his guns for him? Like, we'll talk about the little side character guys.
I like Midnight because I like Digimon Honsu.
Yeah, he appears in loads of things that we do. Like every time that we review a movie, he just happens to appear.
He's so good in everything. I liked his character. I liked his like not in my house, like that.
I'll let you away with that.
Yeah, okay. And I like how he's pretty much, it just takes none of John's shit.
Is he? They never really say, but is he like? Is he a half breed? Is he half demon? Is he half angel? Is he in the middle?
I don't know what he is. But you think he'd be a voodoo doctor?
Could have been that.
You know what I mean? Like one of those, like Marvel characters have got the opposite Doctor Strange. It's like.
But he's clearly like religious as well because he prays for Chaz and Constantine before they go away. So he's clearly religious in some way. Yeah. Well, he says that he doesn't pick sides. He's in the middle. Yeah. So he's definitely got something.
I liked Balthazar.
I feel like he could have done more.
He could have done more. That's for damn sure. But I still liked him, and he pulled off this attitude really well. You know what I mean? Like, I am Balthazar, blah blah. He pulled it off really well. But you're right. He could have. I don't know. He just could have stepped up and just chucked John a few times more than what it was.
I love the fight between them because John got to make that cool ass gun. Yep. The cross shotgun, holy water gun. But yeah, I thought Balthazar was pretty good. I love when the curse that he puts on, I think he curses the priest where he can't drink.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was excellent.
I loved that bit. Who else was it?
Is it him that is, and he kills the bug guy with bugs. So yes. I guess that maybe if you did more research on Balthazar, he
is he not a son? Is he not the son of Lucifer?
No.
Is that not his thing?
No, because that's the point of this. I think it's like he does things with your sins, and that's how he gets rid of. Maybe, I think,
Yeah,
I think he's like the opposite to Gabriel. I love the coin thing.
Yeah.
I wish I could do the coin thing.
It's so just menacing looking.
It is so cool. Question before we move on for Balthazar. You know how he obviously has the fight with John, and John like tries to, I love the fact that John tries to thingy him.
Yeah,
like he basically like tries to send him to heaven, which is the best way to punish a demon. Like instead of torture them, like instead of doing something bad, like forgive them, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of those things you're like, oh fuck, okay.
When he gets shot, and then his like face is like that, which is another bad CG moment.
Yeah.
And somebody comes up and hangs it away. Is that Gabriel or is that the devil?
I think it's Gabriel, because you don't get the devil until, you know what I mean. You don't get that till later.
Right.
So I think that's Gabriel saving Balthazar's ass because they're working together.
Okay.
That's my point of view anyway.
Well, I'd say we're pretty much on the end because surprisingly this is quite short actually. Like it generally is. Like I thought this was. I think it's only like 1 hour 50 or something like that.
It's over 2 hours.
Is it?
Yeah, 121 minutes.
So it's just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
It just felt really short to me because I don't know, I'm maybe used to really long films nowadays or that. It just felt a tad shorter.
What do you think about the end?
I think the end's the best part.
Yeah.
The end is such the best
I
part.
love Lucifer.
I think
the actor who plays Lucifer, what's his name? Peter Stormare.
He is the Russian in Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
He's in that
He's the Russian in Arrow. He's the Russian and Lost, I think, at one point.
He plays the
Prison Break.
He's the Russian. He's the Russian doctor in that Until Dawn game.
Yeah,
but he is fucking phenomenal. I thought he was excellent. I love the John's plan. You know, he cut his wrists to make the devil come down for him personally.
Because obviously, Midnight was like, you're the only one that the devil would actually come for, which lays into it. That's so
and
cool.
then obviously he says he would release the sister, and that's the sacrifice, and God goes to take him away, flips him the finger, great, and then devil takes basically all the shit that because of smoking. Takes it all out. And how did you feel about them standing on top of the rooftop thing at the end?
Bit cheesy.
It is a bit cheesy, yeah.
But
like that, it's that 90s look off to the city, and then it kicks into the music like early 2000s.
It should have been Nickelback Hero.
Don't take that away from Spider-Man, man. And then in the end credit scene, you see that Chaz is the new Gabriel.
Yeah.
So what are you going to give it out of 5? Because it's definitely a middle ground for me. I'm
going to give it a 3.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
It's not dreadful. It's just a movie I have not seen in a while, and I think it holds up.
Yeah, and it makes sense why it's a cult classic. It is. It's got a real big, massive fan base.
I firmly believe they could easily do it again, but you know, it's one of those things.
And let's be serious. No offense, but Keanu Reeves is doing his Bruce Willis moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And his Arnold Schwarzenegger moments, and these Sylvester Stallone moments. He's going through his old stuff.
Okay.
And good for him.
Well, we'll do this quickly because I know that we're running out of time. So, what have you done lately?
I have went back to DayZ, which I know you don't know, but I think it's just fucking hilarious. I finally built a car and crashed it 2 minutes later and broke everything.
Classic Callum.
Yeah, and I went back to Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I've heard about this update is a bit strange. Like it's been banned in Australia because there's like some like real bad violence towards women and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the women DLC, I believe it has got some. I've not got that far yet, but it's got some shit on it.
That already had a bit of bad stuff with the whole like.
There's no black people. Yeah,
that's. I'm gonna stay away from that game, man.
I'm saying this right now. You would fucking hate it.
Good.
You would literally hate this game. I think it's fucking awesome. Just the RPG.
Apart from all the bad stuff.
Yes.
Let's make sure and
definitely.
But
it's just good. It's a good game, and I think some people we know would like it.
But apart from the bad stuff,
people would like it.
But no, we're not agreeing with the bad because that is bad. Like I don't even know why they would even put that in their first place. Apparently, the developer is a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he's meant to be an absolute arsehole. And there's a sequel coming already.
Well, I ain't playing it either.
No. What have you done lately, Fraser?
Nothing much apart from working.
Sorry, I started Mindhunter.
Oh yeah, you started Mindhunter.
I'm on episode 8 now, season 1. Fuck, that show's good.
So at the show that I told you to start, you were on episode 8.
Yes, and the one I asked you to start,
I started The Boys.
Yes.
I've got 2 episodes left of The Boys. I really enjoy it. I think that Carl Urban is fucking brilliant in it. I think he's hilarious. I like the main guy as well. My favourite hero is probably Homelander, followed by the Starlight is a good person, but I like Homelander as much as weird. I have a problem, and I only have one problem with it, is that a lot of the superheroes take shit off of regular people when they are superheroes, and they should be afraid of the superheroes.
But they're controlled.
No, they're not.
They are, right? I've said this before. Starlight takes her shit. The Deep takes his shit. A-Train takes his shit. Because they came for a fact, if they were like, Kim, I want none of this stuff, I'm not doing it, fuck you. That woman, I can't remember her name.
The one that runs the
Voight.
Yeah.
She would be like, Homelander, they're setting a bad example. And Homelander would like fucking...
So why does Homelander take shit?
Because Homelander is a spoiler. Like I can't explain it. Once you get to the end, you're like, alright, I understand why he's like this.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I kind of have inklings, and I'm not going to go there until I finish it.
Yeah.
But I still think that he gets treated like shit. And even though, right, you're saying that, those people, if they were like, fuck the company, they would send Homelander against them. But even the itty-bitty little assholes talk to the superheroes like shit. And they're not in charge of Voight, and they still take it.
It's a business.
That lassie with the curly hair, who talks to Starlight like a child. Starlight could snap her neck and blind her, and she just takes it.
It's because Starlight's starting out, so she's like that person that's like, I don't want to do anything wrong.
They talk to A-Train like shit, and he just takes it.
That's because the Ken A-Train...
It makes no sense, because if these superheroes are dicks, then why are they not dicks to the people that are dicks to them? They're only dicks to the nice guys.
I know.
It makes no sense.
I know. But it's
just a little thing about the show that annoys me. Because the example I use, right, is the evil Justice League.
Yeah.
None of them are nice people.
Nope.
And they are not nice to nobody.
Yep.
Well, the people in The Boys are not nice to the regular folk, but the ones who talk to them like shit just take it. It makes no sense.
It's a business. It's just.
They have superpowers.
But you're right, in this day and age, people would take the shit. But if you're brought up where a company literally owns superheroes,
yes,
you get all your money comes from this business. Everything comes from that. You're being controlled by
rob a bank.
You're right.
Who could stop you? Nobody.
Homelander.
Why doesn't he rob a bank?
He doesn't need to. He's rich enough. Voight gives him enough. You know what I mean? He's the top dog. He has no need for it.
I'm not saying... I think it's a great show. It's just the superheroes tend to take a lot of shit of regular people when they are superheroes. They're not even superheroes. They're super dicks. Yeah. And they just take a lot of shit. Where the Deep could drown all of them, but just takes so much shit. And if me personally, if I lived in that world, I would be nice to all of them because I'd afraid that they would run into me at full speed.
Yeah, I agree, completely agree.
I'd be terrified of all of them, even the ones that were shit. Even the lassie who had the fucking horns on her wrist, she would still destroy me. You seen what she did to the guy? He was just a regular guy. I would be terrified of all them. I'd be like, do what you want? Do what the fuck you want. Anything. Because I'd be like, no, but they're all like fucking that lassie with the colour hair annoyed the fuck out of me. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Like they could just be like
yeah, I know.
That's why it kind of annoys me a bit. But when I finish it, I'll come back to Homelander. But that's
it gets to the end. You're like, Callum's justified now. I understand them.
I'm not saying you're not justified. It just doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Technically. And then I finished a game called Ruiner.
Yeah. Which was your sort of cyberpunk-ish.
It was good. I downloaded it. It was a top-down shooter. which I don't usually play that, but it was very short. The music was fucking phenomenal, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. And I bashed it out in like 4 hours or something.
Nice.
It was good thing. Right, this has been a long one. How?
We're sitting at 1:39. So
that's actually not too bad, to be
yeah,
honest.
we've had longer. Let's move on to...
Well, you have to... Do you want to say where to find us and then pick a movie?
Yeah. You can find us on Instagram, Pointless Point of View, Twitter at of Pointless, and on YouTube it's Pointless Point of View. And we have more stuff coming. Like, we've got the wrestling, which is going to start coming in.
Yes, all the views that were on PVOW. Thank everybody.
Yeah,
again,
thank you,
even the views for these ones as well. Again, thank you for anybody that listens and likes and tweets.
For the artwork that you've been sending us.
It's been great. So, yeah, we've got episodes of PVW coming up soon.
Yep.
We've got NXT Cardiff coming. And All Out as well, the AEW show, which hopefully we can get out soon. I should be able to get AEW on pay-per-view, but we're trying to figure out something we can watch it together.
We'll figure it out.
Because it's not like the network where we can just easily put it on.
I can put it on my phone, I can screen it to my TV.
That's alright then. Obviously, NXT Cardiff will be straight on the network. That one's a piece of piss. So even if we don't get a chance to do All Out, we're definitely going to do NXT Cardiff.
Definitely. But, my choice this week.
Yes.
Now, it's a film about a dragon. And a film about a heart.
Is it Heart Dragon?
It's Heart Dragon. It is actually the sequel to Dragonheart.
No, we're watching Dragonheart 1.
We're doing Dragonheart with Sean Connery and I can't remember the other guy.
Kevin Costner. It's been out. I have not seen Dragonheart in ages.
It came up on a YouTube video and I was like, oh, I watched that.
The movie came out in 1996.
And
I was 5.
It's also a running joke between me and a couple of the friends because I took the piss once, but I'm not going to go into it. But I'm looking forward to this episode.
Okay.
If it's good, then we do Dragonheart 2.
We're not doing Dragonheart. I swear to God, I'm not doing Heart. I'm not doing another Dragon.
I didn't know there were sequels.
I didn't know there was.
We literally found this out today and I found that hilarious. But anyway, I've been Callum.
I've been Fraser.